Guys, welcome to Daily Trades by Ren. Today is um, 7/14, 2026. All right, guys. So today, let me check my. Am I connected? I'm not sure. So learn how to use. Okay, that's not connected. Upcoming. That's not connected. Why am I not connected? Refresh. 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 Disconnect from encoder. I should be connected. To go live. Am I live on here? That's the question. Nope, I'm not live on there either. Okay, where am I live at, guys? Let's go to Facebook. Am I live? Okay, I'm live on Facebook. Well, that's good. I'm live on Facebook. Okay, so I'm live on Facebook. I want to know what's going on with the ending. Start us. Auto generate. Sorry, guys. I'm still trying to figure this out. Um, let's see here. Am I live? I think I am live. Okay. I am live, guys. I am live. Nice. We're live. We are live. Okay, we're live here and we're live here. All right, that's good, guys. That is good. All right, let's actually go to our what we got going on today. Okay, so I got into a long position, right? What I noticed though, I put two more indicator on my what you call it, on my studies, right? Uh, I put this thing called the the uh, the VWAP. VWAP. All right, here we go. I'll show you. No gatekeeping, guys. No gatekeeping. So I added the A and C or A and D, which is the accumulation distribution. Um, yeah, accumulation distribution indicator, and also at the auto anchor VWAP. There's a regular there's a VWAP without the auto anchor. Um, I think that just gives you one line. The auto anchor gives you, if you want to, um, kind of the distribution standard deviation line. Standard deviation is cool because it gives you like um, kind of a range to work to look at. You know what I mean? So let's say in the beginning, so I did it just like probably like an hour ago. So that's why my VWAP started like around right here. You notice like around right there. And so you see the middle line, then you see the outside line. Let me change the colors on this. I want my middle line to be probably blue. And probably this one, darker blue. There you go. Right, and then I got my other line, which is the I don't know what the other line was. Oh yeah, then I got my SMA and EMA line. But yeah, so I got in. So I'm still in Spy, right? So I just been training Spy the whole time since I started my lives. And the reason why I'm doing Spy is because you just gotta pick one. You know what I mean? If you want to learn this stuff, you just gotta pick one, and then you gotta be like kind of like devoted to it, to where you can actually maximize your potential um, in in learning these things. So what I'm trying to do with my long position is I'm trying to pass 754. If past 754 by the end of the day, that means I'll get most of my money, which is I got it at a discount, like at 70, like a 70% discount, which means I'll just pay like $70 if I can get past 754. And since I bought it, if I would have bought it when it dropped down to over here, I would only have to pass 753 to get about 70%. Right now, so I have to pass almost a full dollar if it goes to 753. So it'll be like a full $2 that I need to pass, right? But right now it's dropping. Um, but I'm in a good range. So if this goes to a daily gain of about $5 today, then I'm golden. You know, and that's kind of what I look for, right? Like how much gain it gets per day. Usually on average, on a day-to-day basis, without any major news, you're looking at about five to like yeah, but on average about $5 to $6, right? Major news, you're looking at like upwards towards $10 in daily range. Whether it be depending on if it's crashing or if it's um, pumping. So yeah, I'm just looking for that $5 daily positive daily range for today, and and the reason why I got it for a bullish um, movement today is because um, even though it it kind of like is very slow moving, I got it because, and mind you, right at the beginning of the day, it actually started off um, in the day. Where is it? Is that the day? Oh no, this is the day up in the chart. Oh, okay. So that's 6:30 in the morning. So why is it giving me Eastern Standard Time? What time is it now? Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this graph. Um, anyway, guys, I'm gonna take a quick pause, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. So, okay, what do we do today? Okay, so today, let me press record real quick. Hi, today is, I believe it's Tuesday. You're joining me, uh, Ren, on Daily Trades by Ren. Um, that is me. On July 14th, 2026, I'm currently down $11. Um, well, it ranges. Uh, but yeah, my whole goal is trying to make a few bucks. I'm risking about $20 right now, and I'm already down 13. So as much, so the most I can lose is um 20 bucks, I believe. Let me see. Yeah, about $21. So I'm halfway there. And like I said again, I need this to go above 754. Currently at 751.9. So kind of like playing around the 752 area, and so yeah, and I got it for a um, bearish bull, which is I got it for a long position to go up. Okay, so yeah, so I actually gained earlier today. I took a again about $6 up here, at 16%. No, actually, that was probably more about $15. But then, or no, maybe 12 dollars. But then, I I got into a new position, and kind of down about probably $2 um below what I started with earlier today. So all in all, it's not bad. Um, yeah, I just needed to go back to like, I mean, I think it dropped a little bit towards, you know, a little bit past my where it was. It was actually moving towards 753. It was like 52 point uh 52 and 50 cents or something like that. So it's I mean, we see like a downward movement here. It went below the VWAP, VWAP, WAP, VWAP, tongue twister, VWAP, and actually it went below sec the the lower standard deviation of VWAP. So yeah, so the light blue line right here is gonna be the VWAP itself, and then these are the standard deviation of VWAP, which just means like if I would have started like in the beginning of the day, my VWAP would look much different. So like right here, see, so my VWAP, this would be like the bottom, right? That is the lowest point, and then that'll be the highest point, and then the middle area would be whatever, and then it would just probably be hanging around the middle, almost the middle area right now, and then the highest area would be up there where 153 is, means 753. So we're actually looking pretty good. Um, Staying within $10 range. I'm down about 2-3 bucks here. I slightly went up a little bit. Yeah. So I got it for a bullish going up. And like I said, I added new indicators, right? The VWAP and also the accumulation distribution indicator. And to read this, so the accumulation distribution indicator shows you like the potential reversal, right? So when it starts distributing, like right here, right? Potentially it could be a reversal depending on how you read the um, the accumulation distribution indicator um, chart. You know what I mean? So apparently it's supposed to start diverging, right? When you see a divergence in the chart, so let's say this is going up, it's going down, right? See how it's going down, and this is going up, right? You see that? So that's where you see your reversal, right? So going down, this is going up, right? And then for a little bit there, you know, and then it's gonna accumulate or accumulate here, and then it's gonna start distributing. But the definition is kind of weird. You know, what I mean, when they say accumulation, right? Normally it seems like an accumulation and distribution. To me, accumulation is like to build up, right? So I mean the way they define the accumulation is like you're buying it, right? And then distribution is what, right? Apparently distribution is like selling off or something, right? So if you talk about that way, then it's just you're buying. Okay, I'm buying right now, right? And then I'm gonna sell off, right? So so technically, this part right here is the distribution, right? And then if this is going upwards, this is where you're buying. You know what I mean? So when you go over here, right? This is your accumulation, right? So how do you define the sell off over here? You know what I mean? Kind of weird. But you do see a divergent though. See divergent. So you start seeing this kind of like um, thingy where this is going down, this is going up. So you diverging, right? Even though this is going up, and like the whole time this is going up, right? It's diverging here. So then you would assume, but this is where it's going to take the reversal to go down, right? But then if you have a strong bullish movement the whole day through, that's what this is why you can't like depend on one study to give you your movements, right? Our goal is to learn about movements, right? So that's why you can't depend on one study because the one study is gonna fail you, right? So you're expecting reversal on the divergent, right? So this is going up, this is going down. This is obviously you see a divergent here, right? So this is so if you can look at it, it's gonna be lower highs, right? Lower highs. So the next one's gonna be a lower low on the lower end, right? So if you look at this, it's still higher high, right? Even though this is going lower low, right? So you should be looking at a reversal, and somewhere along the line it's going to dip towards the end of the day, right? But I'm I bought it earlier. I bought it over probably not even at 11. I probably bought it like around here. Yeah, around here. Maybe like around here, 10 something, 10:30, right? Because I'm thinking like, okay, yeah, dude, we're gonna go to 754, right? And so when I went over here, which is probably pretty close to the day high, which is 753, you know, I'm assuming that, hey, look, I bought over here. We're gonna keep on going with this trend to go bullish, right? But then, fortunately, I took a low risk um, contract because I took it at discount, right? I'm like, hey, look, you know what? It might not do it for me, so I'm just gonna buy it like, one that's far off, right? Where it's aiming towards where I want it to be, but at least I'll get it at a discount. You know what I mean? So, at most I'll lose 20 bucks, $21. So that's how I do my trades. But yeah, I'm looking pretty good. Solid minus, well, on the good trend. Uh, so like when this is like the numbers right here, when it's moving up and down way fast like this, right? You can't lock it in at the lowest price or the highest price that you want it for. Or like at this point, I don't want it to take out most of my money, right? So I'll probably try to cut off, where I see a 7, but then it won't execute because it's fluctuating between 7 and like 15, and 15 is the majority of my pot already. You know what I mean? Um, yeah. But okay, let's see if there's that. So right now it's converging. Oh wait, so it's kind of converging with each other, right? Which is a good sign. Like I said, right? It's bullish again, right? Over here it was diverging because you see this going down, but this is going up, right? That's diverging, right? So that's an indicator that it might be crashing. But if I have a whole day of a bullish uh, arrow going up, then what would I stick with? What would I stick with the bullish going up? But this indicates a reversal right here with the accumulation distribution uh, study, right? And then I was watching one guy. He was like, "Well, it's trading's very easy, right?" He goes, "Just wake up at 6:30, figure out what the previous candlestick was. If 6:30 was the bullish, then you target to swing on the upside, right?" That's not the case. You know what I mean? 6:30 was like around here. I don't know why it's not showing me the actual time frame. Maybe I need to refresh my page. Yeah, kind of weird to me. Oh, that's stuck. So this is frozen. Somehow this is frozen. That's why you can't see it. So it's forcing my thing. Yeah. So it's forcing it like right here. It should be like 5 o'clock or something like that. 6:30. But then my this is frozen, and then it's forcing my clock to not show a correct one. Maybe if I change the time frame, it goes to 15-minute time frame. Yeah, falling below 280. So it is reversing, right? So at least we can say, we learned something new with the indicator. All right. So 6:30 minute time frame, right? On the 15 minute. So first 15 minute, yeah, it's bullish, right? So this one is like, lower than this one on the 15 minute though, right? So then that give you kind of a bullish sentiment going up. But you go to the 1 minute, right? So this is where it gets tricky, right? So both your 1 minute and your 15 minute shows you a different thing. Go back to the 1 minute where this thing is, hopefully it's not still frozen. Yeah, no, it's good. Okay. At 6:30, right? So at 6:30, right, I mean at 6:29 or 28, 29, 6:30, 6:29. See how it crashed a little bit there, right? That's a whole 5 minutes. You're like, oh dang, it's crashing, right? So people would probably look for it to be bare, which it does bear out all the way to here, right? At 7 o'clock for 1 hour before it starts transitioning up. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, I'm not too concerned about my contract since my risk is small. As long as it stays pretty high in the $2 area. Well, I mean, the most I'm gonna lose is $20. So let's make this over here just indicate that we're bullish. Ah, but are we? But are we bullish? But are we bullish? All right. So yeah, is it even converging into anything? Probably not. It should be converging to a price line, but it's not even doing that. Well, technically, right here was doing that, right? But as soon as it got to the the wedge right here, right? So this wedge right here, it crashed, right? Because the price line was too strong. Now the other day we did the same wedge and then it went up, right? So exactly the same wedge too. Let's see here. Let's draw the same wedge, right? So we'll draw the wedge. Okay, earlier in the day, so we started off right. Well, yeah, we'll start. We'll start off. We'll just start off right here somewhere. Earlier in the day, it had an upward move like this. You know what I mean? So now we got a wedge, right? So it crashed here, and it started doing the same thing. So if you look at it, right? You look at this. I mean, a longer time frame, right? Let's see. Let's look at the A and D. Um, the A and D. What do you call it? The A and D are accumulation distribution indicator, right? So let's look at our theory of the reversal, right? So this goes down, this started to distribute, right? This goes down. Let's look for a reversal though. This goes up, this is going down. This goes up. Are you seeing it? This is going up. This is kind of going down. So this is going up, right? This is kind of going down. That's crazy. That's your divergent right there. All right. So, okay, you got your, and then you got your accumulation. So by distribution. No, this is your accumulation, right? You're buying accumulation, right? Your distribution going down, and you start accumulating again. So in your accumulation, oh, so you it's going to reverse. Let's see here. see it. Don't see it. Look at down here. That's where you're reversing. That's where you're reversing. Boom, 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 boom. You're reversing. Tough. Tough, guys. That is tough. All right. Let's cut out. Let's cut out. Let's try to cut out at let's try to cut out at 12. Let's see if we can cut out at 12. Okay, so I bought it at 79. Let's try to cut out at 80. 93. At market 94. I want to save myself $7. 92. That's not bad. All right, 92. Let's see what sell me at 92. Yeah, I probably won't sell me on 92. I mean, I still got like 30 minutes to go before it automatically pulled me out. So, I mean, technically, I just got to go back up to towards what do you call it? Yeah, towards 752, 752, what? 752, 952, 50. So that's not bad. I'm already in the money, so I think my data stays the same when you're in the money. Here you go. Here you go. You see a good pump. Just keep on pumping. Well, at least the VWAP is doing what it's supposed to do, right? Giving you that line, the line we're supposed to like stay at, like stay within the VWAP. So I don't know what does VWAP mean, accumulation volume or something. Accumulation of volume profile. I think that's what it is. So it's like it stays around the volume, right? And if it goes past that, then it creates a new area. All right. Yeah, we're doing seeing bullish thing again. So it hit our bullish line and it decides to go back up above that. You know. So okay. Yeah. Well, let's see. So we're looking at. Let's see. Let's go this. Let's see the range in our thing. Yeah. So it's not as spread out. See if this is and this is spread out so far, right? You can never get the smaller number, right? Like right here. Yeah, I don't want to go for 100. That's the whole thing. That's my whole $21. I, there literally, I'll take the loss. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? If I go for it'll right now 96. It'll save me $5 if I wanted to, right? But I'm still going up, so we're still bullish right here. So why not wait until it goes 92? Right? See how see? And then it jumps back down. It's because you know it's because it's trying to get you to believe that it'll trigger at the higher price. Right? I don't want to trigger at the higher price though. That's so dumb. I take a 94. But the thing is, we're it's in the money and it's close to the time, right? So that's why I just give you that 100%. You know what I mean? Which is the majority of my money. Yeah, we're staying at this line right here. It's not even no way. It's not even trying to go to this line. If it goes to this line, like literally, I probably break even. But it's not even doing that. You know. But if you guys really want to learn patience, at least if you're gonna lose $21, why not try to you know like cut it right here, right, 95. And then you will have save $5, right? See, I saved $5. Total, I lost about $6. 'Cause I don't want to play with them more, right? And as soon as I do that, look, as soon as I do that, it pumps. Oh, did it pump? Let's see. Five or $3. Yeah. As soon as I do that, it pumps. Stupid, right? Nah, see, it didn't drop. So I did save myself $5. I didn't lose that much, guys. I didn't lose that much. Yeah, I played like, you know, I played like low risk, kind of low risk type type thing. For low risk, it's both. It's low risk and high risk at the same time. You know what I mean? It's how much money you want to put up and for how much money you want to get back, right? So if you take a bigger discount deal, then you're kind of way out of the money. Well, you're way in to the money or inside the zone, right? But your range to get out of the money is a lot more great, right? But then you get a bigger discount. You know what I mean? So um your risk level is lower based on how much money you lose. But you already know that you're gonna lose that money, right? So the only way for you to get that money back is for you to actually make the right choice. It forces you to make the right choice, right? Which is, hey, look, I'm getting you in the money, but I'm so far away. You have to go all the way up here to give me my gains. You know what I mean? So you do that. You start out early, right? You get in the money. You start out early during the day, right? By the end of the day, it starts pulling itself, right? Like halfway through the day, right? Then you get a lot of the gains, like maybe 50% of it, right? So that's how you make, kind of money, you know. But I saw a bullish movement from the beginning. You know what I mean? Just the way you draw this graph, right? Even though it crashed, it still wants to go up. You know what I mean? Going up, crash. It still want to go up, right? So overall, it has a bullish sentiment. You know what I mean? Actually, you probably call this a bullish bear, right? Bullish is bullish, but it's bearing, so it's like kind of sideways. So it's a rally going up. Yesterday was a bearish bull, right? Bearish bull is going down, but it has this thing where it just keeps on trying to slide up. So bullish bear, bearish bull. But if I were to describe it, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Sometimes I call it bearish bull, right? I would rather call this a bearish bull. If you look at the longer time frame, the bigger time frame, right? Let's look at the 4 hour time frame, and then let's look at like the 3 months, right? What are we seeing, right? Like it's really just rallying back and forth, boom, 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 right? So we have this big old bull going up, right? And then it crashed. So technically, if we're trading day to day, we're actually probably describing the bullish bear, bearish bull on a day to day basis, right? But if you look at the week, then you also see like a trending, right? Oh yeah, it's bulls today, but the majority of the week it's it's bearish. You know what I mean? So I think that's how I was like looking at it, right? So yeah, it can be a bullish day, but it has a bearish sentiment, right, throughout the week. You know what I mean? So like, you know, but technically, if you were to look at this like this with the accumulation and distribution in the longer time frame, the bigger picture, right? Where's your divergence at? You know what I mean? So then you look for your reversals and divergent, and then that's where you figure, okay, look, it's bearish, right? It's still bearish. You know what I mean? Yep, that's gonna conclude my day for the day, guys. So today was a red day. I didn't lose that much, probably um 7, 8 bucks. You know what I mean? Staying around like this, Right now, I'm probably at 138 ish total in total my account. Not too bad. Not too bad. 15 actually, probably 135. No, 130. Yeah, probably 138, 140. 'Cause I did gain. I was almost at 150 today, and then I lost 15, probably 180, 135. Yeah, 135, 136. Um, Look at this. It goes back to where I wanted, and then probably break even, and then I'll probably, stay in the green zone. Up $3. I did about 3 trades today, guys, in total. Yeah. I made about $6 and I lost about 15. 6, 15, $8. Yeah, so I lost about $8. I probably had 140. But anyways, all right, guys, that's it for me today. Today is um, uh, July 14th, 2026. Uh, you are joining me live today um, on our daily trades by Rin. My name is Rin, and I'm signing out. Peace.